Hey everybody, Calmy Skinner here, and welcome back to a Skinny Show where real life meets real weight loss with a side of Kugel. So Doc, before we jump into today's topic, I gotta ask, have you noticed how everyone is suddenly an expert in GLP-1 meds? I heard a guy in shul tell someone to just take half a shot and eat standing up. It cancels out the nausea.
I've heard variations of that, yes. My favorite was, if you take it on Tuesdays while holding a pickle, the side effects vanish.
I'm telling you, weight loss advice is the new Talmudic debate. But here's the thing, Doc. With all this chatter out there, it's easy to forget there's actual science behind this stuff.
Exactly. Real science, real data, and real people getting real results, especially when they're matched with the right medication.
Which brings us to what we really need to talk about today, because I got a message from a listener this week, got my brain buzzing. One of our listeners, let's call him Herschel G. from Lakewood, reached out after hearing a recent episode where we talked about side effects from Ozempic. He said it straight. It scared me. I didn't know what to believe anymore. So first of all, Herschel, thank you for saying what a lot of people are probably thinking. And second of all, today's episode is for you and anyone who's wondering, is there a better way? Spoiler alert, yes. And it's called Munjal or Zepbound or Mounjaro, depending on how you pronounce or prescribe it. But here's the headline: more weight loss, fewer side effects, and real results people are living with every day. And with me, as always, to help us break it down is our in-house metabolism master, Dr. Oppenheimer.
Thank you, Calmy. And Herschel, if you're listening, I'm glad you brought this up. Because you're right, we've spent a lot of time breaking down risks and concerns with medications like Ozempic. That's our responsibility. But what we haven't done enough of is highlighting the amazing success stories of people using alternatives like Munjal and loving the experience.
Exactly. So let's flip the script today. We're not here to scare anyone. We're here to reassure and to get you excited about a real, tested, and community-approved path to weight loss. No cabbage soup, no fainting spells, just facts and some fun along the way.
So let's start with the basics. Ozempic, Wegovy, Munjal, Mounjaro. These are all part of a class of medications called GLP-1 receptor agonists. But there's a very important difference. Ozempic and Wegovy are GLP-1 only. Mounjaro and Zepbound, our Munjal here, are dual agonists. They hit GLP-1 and GIP pathways.
2 for 1 special?
Exactly. That second receptor, the GIP, makes a huge difference in how your body handles insulin, sugar, and appetite. But here's the kicker. It also dramatically reduces the side effects we hear about from Ozempic users.
Like that rolling nausea?
Right. With Ozempic, people often experience nausea, vomiting, constipation, even fatigue, especially in the early weeks. With Munjal, Zepbound, the data and real-world experience show much lower rates of those issues. People feel more stable, more energized, and much less nauseated.
That's what Herschel needed to hear. And I've seen this firsthand, guys in my community switching over and suddenly they're sticking with it longer, feeling better, getting real results.
Retention is key. A medication doesn't work if people stop taking it. And that's why we're seeing higher long-term success rates with Munjal-style meds. People don't just lose weight, they stay on it long enough to transform their habits, their bodies, and their lives.
Let's talk about the results. Everybody wants to know, is it worth it?
The answer is a resounding yes. In head-to-head clinical trials, Mounjaro, dirzepatide, the same active ingredient in Munjal Zepbound, showed more weight loss than Ozempic. We're talking average losses of 20% or more of total body weight in some cases.
That's like 50 pounds if you're 250.
Exactly. And these are not fantasy numbers. These are peer-reviewed studies published in major journals like the New England Journal of Medicine. And beyond the numbers, patients report more energy, fewer sugar crashes, better sleep, and clearer thinking.
I heard from a father of 7 who said this was the first time he wasn't winded after one dance at a wedding.
It's not just about vanity, it's about vitality. You start showing up differently for your family, for your job, for your health. That's the kind of transformation we want to see.
Let's slow down on this one, because I think people underestimate just how much nausea and fatigue can mess with your life.
Absolutely. You can have the best medication on paper, but if you're curled up on the couch every Motzei Shabbos, it's not sustainable. Munjal's dual action helps your gut handle the process better. It eases digestion, curbs extreme hunger without turning your stomach, and lets you live your life.
And no one wants to skip Shabbos dinner. That's a red line in this community.
Exactly. With Munjal, we're seeing people enjoy meals again, but with control. That's the key difference. Not white-knuckling through a diet, but feeling full, feeling satisfied, and still losing weight.
Less side effects equals more consistency equals better results.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Let's bring it down to street level. Herschel was scared, but his cousin Mendy? He started on kosher skinny shots with Munjal, and 3 months later, he's down 38 pounds. And you know what he said? I finally feel like myself again.
That's what it's all about. When people find a program that fits their life and doesn't punish their body, they stick with it.
And the changes go beyond the scale. We're hearing from women who finally have the energy to run after their toddlers, from men who are back on the bike for the first time in 15 years, from teens who walk into yeshiva without feeling embarrassed about how they look.
It's not just weight. It's confidence, hope, and momentum. And that's what a smart medication like Munjal can unlock when it's combined with the right community support.
Now, Doc, this is where I get a little proud, because all of this is great. But what makes it possible for our listeners is that they're not navigating this alone.
Absolutely. The support structure behind kosher skinny shots is what makes this whole journey possible. We make it easy, culturally appropriate, and personalized. No waiting in pharmacy lines, no guessing which product you're getting, and no fighting to explain your lifestyle to someone who doesn't understand it.
It's not just kosher in the ingredient sense. It's kosher in the sense that it fits our life.
Right. No one's asking you to skip family dinners. No one's forcing celery juice down your throat. We work with real families, real routines, real obligations, and we still get real results.
You even have the doctor on WhatsApp. Try getting that from CVS.
Then you need to hear this. Munjal, Zepbound, Mounjaro, whatever name you know it by, is different. It's better tolerated, delivers more consistent fat loss, and fits the life you're already living.
You're not signing up for misery. You're signing up for a better version of you. The one who plays with his kids, the one who buttons the shirt without the shimmy, the one who wants to show up to the wedding photo.
That version is closer than you think. You just need the right help to get there.
So here's the final pitch, folks. Not from me, from Mendy, from Herschel, from Razy in Borough Park, from the hundreds of people we've watched change their lives. If you're struggling with weight, if you've been burned by diets, if you're scared of side effects, then it's time to try a smarter solution. One that works with your body, not against it.
Kosher Skinny Shots offers access to Munjal-style medications with less nausea, better outcomes, and a team that understands your values. You don't need to wait for a miracle. You just need a plan that works.
You know, Doc, sometimes all people need is just that little voice saying, hey, this is safe, you're not alone, and it actually works.
That's exactly right. We're not selling dreams. We're offering a real solution that's been tested, trusted, and tailored to fit the lives of people in our community.
It's not extreme, it's not risky, it's just right. And the results speak louder than any brochure ever could.
If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it.
Visit kosherskinnyshots.com or call 845-524-8052. We'll walk you through it. Start small, think big, and believe that change is not only possible, it's waiting for you.
Fewer side effects, more energy, real weight loss, and most of all, dignity.
You heard the man. We'll see you next time on A Skinny Show. And until then, keep it light, keep it lively, and don't forget, Munjal is the game changer we've all been waiting for. See you soon.